it's time to give Kyle Shanahan major praise. I don't usually do it. I like criticizing Kyle Shanahan because the way I see it is he gets too much praise as is. All the national reporters kiss his butt. Most of the media locally does too because, he's a brand name. He's had some success. His dad's a champion. People know him as opposed to a lot of other coaches. And so he gets the benefit of the doubt. And it kind of bugs me. So last week I was really critical of him. He deserved it. 10 points. Meanwhile, his underling, Mike McDaniel, doing great in Miami. Well, now McDaniel's under serious fire, which he deserves. And Kyle Shanahan, all of a sudden looking smart again. His script to start the game is always good. It's always creative. There's all kind of tricky stuff you haven't seen from the Niners yet. Ended in a touchdown. But then after that, the same thing always happens where the offense loses momentum. They lose their rhythm. And it's like, Kyle, are you going to find something that works after the script? So it didn't look like it. I mean, they got the early touchdown, but then the second touchdown was just a fluke play from Debo. You can't really give Kyle credit for it. It was all Debo. Then in the second half, they start out with the ball, go about 26 yards, fail to convert on third down, punt. Rams get the ball, score a field goal to cut it to 5. Here's where you're thinking, okay, Kyle, now you got to be creative. Now you got to do something. Because if you just do nothing the rest of the game on offense, your defense is going to lose. I was wrong about that. But that's how I felt. Little did I know the defense was going to give up no more points. But on that drive, first play, 1st and 10 from the 27, that throw to Juszczyk, caught the Rams completely off guard. He was wide open, ran upfield for 35 yards. There you go, Kyle. I mean, it's not a gimmick play. It's just something you don't call very much. I mean, I can't remember the last time you called that play, if ever. The Rams weren't prepared, 35 yards, great time to call it. Then, 4 straight runs. 3 for Wilson. 5 yards, 8 yards, 8 yards, all from the gun. All worked. So Kyle found something that worked, stuck with it. Then, hands off to Juszczyk for 9 yards. I mean, that's the most creative sequence of plays we've seen from Kyle Shanahan in the second half in a very, very long time. I mean, do we have to publicly shame him for him to do stuff like this? Do we have to say Mike McDaniel's smarter than you for him to do stuff like this? I don't know. Maybe we should keep doing it because that was great. It was freaking perfect. Now, they didn't score a touchdown on that drive, but they got the field goals what they needed. Also, he totally exposed this Rams defense. Last year, they had Eric Weddle. They were a good defense. Now, their safeties freaking suck, the Rams. And all Shanahan had to do was get those safeties running backward, covering, long route. What am I doing over here? Covering long routes that Jimmy was never going to throw. Then he throws the little dump off. And now these safeties have to rally up and make tackles, and they can't. Kyle figured that out. So when every other team wants to face the Rams, they're just going to look at what Kyle did and copy it, and the Rams won't have an answer for it. And he is good. Is he good enough? I guess we'll find out at the end of the season, but he's good. So I like someone who can take credit all week and rise to the challenge. Good for Kyle. He often does that. He'll let you down when you think he's doing well, but when everyone's like, hey, Kyle's overrated, he's like, what? What? Huh? What'd you say? All right, watch this. I love someone like that. So, good job, Kyle. Way to prove me wrong.